What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Bud Sports TV. Back at y'all with another one, man. So, yeah, I wanted to give my fight prediction with Anthony Joshua Joseph Parker fight. I just finished watching two of Joseph Parker's last two fights. Well, should I say Joseph Parker's last two fights. Mainly the fight that intrigued me was Joseph Parker versus Hughie Fury. That showed me a lot. And I know styles make fights. You know, I watched Joshua versus Carlos Takam. And I watched Joshua fight versus Vladimir Klitschko. I also watched Joshua fight versus Charles Martin. The more important fights that I watched was Joshua versus Charles Martin and Joshua versus Carlos Takam. Reason being is because of the size. Joseph Parker is actually gonna be more. He's gonna be more. You can compare him better to Carlos Takam, and you can compare him better to Charles Martin. I'm not saying that skill-wise. What I'm saying is the comparison comes in due to the size. Now, one thing I did notice is Joseph Parker is definitely fast. He's quick. He's elusive. But what I did notice, and this is if he doesn't change this in this fight, if he hasn't made adjustments, when he had to fight versus Hughie Fury, he was very sloppy. Now you could go check this fight out. He was very sloppy. He fell in a lot with his punches, you know, and when I mean that, you know, he smothered his own work, rushing in, trying to catch Hughie Fury. And what I noticed is, defensively wise, Hughie Fury's jab, he had no answer for it. He had no answer for Hughie Fury's jab. Now I know he won the fight, but you know, you got to understand that Anthony Joshua is not going to make those mistakes. Anthony Joshua is not going to let up. Anthony Joshua will capitalize. I saw Hughie Fury two key things, two key opponents that Hughie Fury was doing that I know that Anthony Joshua and his team realized. The uppercut as he was falling in, and the jab, which Anthony Joshua. Now, if you're comparing Deontay Wilder to Anthony Joshua, I would pick Deontay Wilder to win that fight. Hold on for a second. Sorry about that. I would pick Deontay Wilder to win the fight versus Anthony Joshua because he has the equalizer. And his jab is very well. You know, he equals him in size, not in girth, but in height. Pause. But in height, he equals him in size. You know, he's going to be able to reach him with the jab, and then he has the equalizer, that being the right hand. But Deontay Wilder is not as technically sound. He's not. He doesn't have the boxing abilities, or should I say, he doesn't have the boxing style of Anthony Joshua. Joshua is more technical. He has a nice jab. You know, I want to say he's the cleaner type of boxer. He's the more textbook boxer. And he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Excuse me. Again, get another call. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And he will capitalize if you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, he will capitalize on the mistakes that you make. With that being said, I noticed, and I've been watching these fights, studying these fights to see, you know, my prediction. Excuse me. But the mistakes I keep watching Joseph Parker's fights, and the more I watch him, the more mistakes I see. The more I see Anthony Joshua capitalizing on those mistakes, the more I see the jab and up. I mean, you got to remember, the keys for his victory versus Vladimir Klitschko was the jab and the uppercut. I noticed that Hughie Fury had no issues landing the uppercut and the jab on Joseph Parker. He had no issues with that. Had he had more power, he would have knocked Joseph Parker out. A few times he hit him with clean uppercuts. A few times, the jab that he was hitting him with is going to cut. Excuse me again. The jab that he's going to hit the jab that Anthony Joshua is going to hit Joseph Parker with, and the uppercut that's going to be there. I think they're going to try. He trimmed down to try to to be able to be more quick. I believe that Joseph Parker and his team are relying on Anthony Joshua getting tired, fatiguing, making mistakes, and getting clipped. I don't think that's going to happen in this fight. I think that Anthony Joshua is well prepared. I do think he has stamina issues, but I think that that won't come into play in this fight. I think that I don't really see this fight going past the 7th round. The more I watch Hughie Fury versus Joseph Parker, this is not to say that styles don't make fights, because styles do make fights, but I saw the things that he was susceptible to, that being the jab and that being the uppercut, which I see Anthony Joshua does very well. And on top of it, he's 10 times as strong as Hughie Fury. He's 10 times the boxer Hughie Fury is. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's younger, he's quicker, he's more athletic. And the mistakes that Joseph Parker made, falling in, smothering his work, that's gonna be that's not gonna be a good look for him, man. I saw him getting clipped with shots coming in. It's just that Hughie Fury just didn't have the power, the technique, and the abilities to finish Joseph Parker. Anthony Joshua will have those abilities. He will have the technique. He will have the skill set. He has the speed. He's not as slow as Hughie Fury. It's just too many. And when I'm checking the boxes now, as I'm going down, I think that Joseph Parker has a speed advantage over Anthony Joshua, but that's going to be null and void due to the fact that he don't have the size and the strength abilities, to get in. And when I say that, see, the difference is because Anthony Joshua himself has speed and athletic. That's gonna nullify the fact that Joseph Parker has the speed advantage. Reason being, Joseph Parker had the speed advantage over Hughie Fury, but Hughie Fury is not as athletic as Anthony Joshua. So, that's when it comes into play. But Anthony Joshua has other things to equalize that. He has the timing. Timing always beats speed. He has the timing. He's way more accurate. He has way more power. He's better technically. Only thing I see that Joseph Parker has over Anthony Joshua is hand speed. So that being said, I don't see this fight going past the 7th round. I think that Anthony Joshua ends this fight within 7 rounds. I think that it's gonna. I think that Joseph Parker is gonna get cut up, man. I think that Anthony Joshua is gonna, bloody him up, man. I think that he's gonna beat him up, man, because I think that he's gonna come to fight, man. He's gonna have the heart of a lion. He's gonna come to win, and I think he's gonna make a lot of mistakes. I think Anthony Joshua's gonna make him pay. Like Floyd Mayweather said, you make a mistake, you have to pay. And I see him making too many mistakes. He doesn't have the size. He doesn't have the equalizer like Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder can make those mistakes because any one punch can end the fight for him. He could clip Anthony Joshua and the fight is over. So with that being said, Anthony Joshua will be more cautious in the fight with Deontay Wilder than he's going to be in the fight with Joseph Parker. Not to say that he won't be cautious in the fight with Joseph Parker, but he has the size. He has the girth over Deontay Wilder, not the height. So he doesn't have the athletic ability as Deontay Wilder. He doesn't have the punching power as Deontay Wilder. See, with Joseph Parker has the speed. Joseph Parker does hit hard, but he doesn't hit as hard as Anthony Joshua. He's not as powerful as Anthony Joshua. And not to mention, he's not as accurate as Anthony Joshua is. See, the punches that you don't see coming with accuracy is the ones that hurt the most. And with that being said, is the speed. Speed hides punches. What I mean by that is, if you're fast enough, you could throw a punch that you don't see, that your opponent doesn't see. But he's going to have a hard time throwing punches that Anthony Joshua don't see, because Anthony Joshua is going to keep him at the end of the jab, and he struggles with the jab. As if you go back and look at the Fury fight, he struggled with the jab and he struggled with getting hit with the uppercut. 2 punches that he couldn't avoid, 2 punches that Anthony Joshua is great at. So I see Anthony Joshua ending this fight within 7 rounds. I don't see it going past 7 rounds, and I think that Anthony Joshua is going to bust him up. It's going to be a bloody mess, and I think that it's going to be a very exciting fight. 2 heavyweights at the top of their game, but I don't see it going past 7. I think Anthony Joshua is just a better fighter. He's bigger, stronger, younger. Well, I don't want to say younger, because Joseph Parker is actually younger than him, but he's bigger, stronger, and Joseph Parker does have the speed, but he's the better boxer. Anthony Joshua is the better boxer. He's more accurate. No, I'm not fooled. So I don't see this. I can't see anything Joseph Parker's gonna do outside of getting lucky with a shot that Joshua really doesn't see clips and not getting knocked out. I don't see that happening. Vladimir Klitschko himself couldn't even knock out Anthony Joshua, and I don't see that Joseph Parker has more power than Vladimir Klitschko. So it's going to be an exciting fight while it lasts, but I don't see it going past the 7 rounds. I got Anthony Joshua winning this fight, 7-round knockout, and I think he's going to beat up Joseph Parker. So that's my prediction. Let me know what y'all think about it. Let me know who y'all got in this fight. Big fight for us this weekend, March 31st. Joseph Parker versus Anthony Joshua, unification bout, heavyweight bout, man. It's exciting. It's an exciting time to be a heavyweight, to be a boxing fan, especially with the heavyweight division being popping like it is. So let me know what y'all think about this fight. I got Anthony Joshua winning this fight by 7-round knockout. Let me know what y'all think. Drop a comment in the comment section. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Holla at your boy Blue. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.